Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites. Today I'm going to do a video that was inspired by a lot of questions that I've gotten. A lot of people wanting to know how I have planned in my planners that I've used this year. So instead of having to go back and find my videos, for how I've planned in Inkwell Press, how I planned in Passion Planner, and how I use my Erin Condren, I decided to put them all in one video. This will not be a video that gives you an overview of like the planner. It will not be a walkthrough of these planners. If you're interested in these planners, I have separate videos on those with full reviews and walkthroughs of each planner. I also have many more videos of how I've planned in each one in detail. This one's going to kind of be just an overview. These are my 3 weekly planners that I have used in 2017, and right now we're in November. So I do not foresee myself switching to any new weekly planner. Right now I'm in my Erin Condren and I plan to stay in that through the end of the year. So this is how I planned in 2017 and how I have utilized each weekly planner. That's the question I get the most. Also, besides what am I planning in right now, is how do I plan in it? So let's start with where I started the year off. I actually started the very beginning of the year in plum paper, which is what I had already been in for 2 years. But I have many videos on that, and I only planned a teeny tiny bit this year in it, so I'm not going to put that in here. But you can look up those plum paper videos if you're interested. Then I switched because at the very end of 2016, at an after Christmas sale with Inkwell Press, I had never tried Inkwell Press before. I just came upon them and I bought their quarterly planner because it's the cheaper one and I just wanted to try them out at their after Christmas sale. And actually my sister did too. We put in our order together because I think we could get free shipping that way. I can't remember, but they were having, a special where that like bumped us up to free shipping. So we both ordered the quarterly planner. She was planning on using it for her homeschool planner, and I was planning on trying it out for my planning. And I loved it so much that when she had another big sale, I ended up buying her bigger, which has the exact same layout as the quarterly planner. I bought this baby and started planning in it. This is her Flex Horizontal, which is also what's in the quarterly. The quarterly just comes in small quarterly books, which I will grab here. I wasn't planning on showing these, but I did start the year in them, and then I started using them for journaling after that. But it's the exact same page layout. It's just smaller in quarterly books. And I have full review videos on these awesome little book planners if you want to check those out. But this was my first purchase at Inkwell Press at the end of 2016, and that's what turned me on to them. All right, and I got this at like a 50% off sale special they were running because they were switching offices. Yeah, it was something like that. And so they wanted to have the least amount of inventory, and it was already a couple months into the new year. So that was an amazing bargain. All right, like I said, we're not going to do a full walkthrough of the planner. I'm just going to show you how I have planned in it. So I use the monthly like most people probably do. Just, writing out my dates. I always usually, if I keep up, cross out my dates because I'm a very visual person and it just helps me to see where I am. But obviously, sometimes I leave off and don't do that because I do have a big monthly Inkwell Press wall calendar hanging right in front of my desk. And that's like my main monthly. This is just kind of like an appendage to that. So I'm not always looking at this monthly. I more look at my wall calendar. But I usually pick one color per month to either underline, circle, or highlight big events that I need to stand out to me. So I mainly write in all black, and then I pick that one color per month. I utilized her mission boards and her plan and focus and her daily habit trackers. I wrote things I needed to keep track of for the month in here. Not necessarily goals like she has outlined for you to write in here, but these were just things that I need to keep track of monthly, things I needed to get done that month. And then I kept track of my gym and I was trying to stop drinking Diet Coke, get back off of it. I was off of it for 5 years. But then my husband brought it back into the house, and yeah, lack of sleep and the temptation being right there. I started wanting to have one a day again, but I wanted to get off of that. So that's what I used that habit tracker for, and the gym. All right, so this is what my planning looked like in my Inkwell Press Flex, which is their horizontal. I would write any appointments or errands that I had to do that day that were non-negotiable in these 3 little boxes. That way it stands out to me. Because if you follow me, you know I am a stay-at-home mom with 1 child in public school in 8th grade and 1 child that I homeschool in 3rd grade. So these appointments, that's what rules my day. That's what tells me what my day is going to look like. The rest of my day can be ordered around that. If we don't have anything, then I know I don't have to worry about that day. So even if it's something, after school time that happens every week, I would usually write it in here because it just stuck out to me. I could see, oh yeah, we have soccer and church on Wednesday nights. So it would just make me remember, yeah, I'm not free on Wednesday nights. I have that. And then my to-dos for the day would go in here, things that mainly how I jot down to-dos. This is not, how everyone plans. Everyone plans so differently. And that's the fun thing about a planner, I think, is everyone could be given the same planner, but they are going to plan completely differently in them. This is like their tool, and how they make their tool work for them is completely up to their personality, how their brain thinks, and their lifestyle at the time and what season of life they're in. So like I said, what I use the 3 boxes for, somebody else might use them completely different. They might use them for like their workout, their dinner plans, the weather, something like that. So I would just scribble down my to-dos, and that would happen all ahead of time. Like I plan ahead in my planners. So yeah, I don't just wait till that week and then fill in my planner. I am constantly writing stuff in my planner to remember. If you follow me, you know I always use a daily, whether it's just a daily notebook or a daily planner. I use it in conjunction with my weekly planner. So what would happen, then I would come look at my lists on here, and then my daily list would build from that. Okay, so I would check off each day with a black Sharpie. That's how good the Inkwell paper is, the 140 GSM. The Sharpie does not even show through enough anywhere. It's right along here to bother me at all. And I just liked having that visual that the day was over. Okay. And you can see I usually cross out everything as it's going. My mind just obviously needs that. You have a little weekly list here, but I would always have a weekly list going in my daily notebook also, because this wasn't really enough room for me on that front. But I really loved planning in Inkwell. I really enjoyed it. It worked for me. And I love their paper more than anything. I love their habit tracker. And I love their plan and focus page and their mission board. Love, love, love. And love the 3 boxes. So those are all my favorite things about this planner. I also love that they have a teeny tiny dot at the top of the page and a teeny tiny dot at the bottom of the page. So you can divide your daily box, if you want to, into 2 categories. And I was just kind of playing with if I liked that better than not having it. I ended up thinking I don't like to divide it, I think. But if you look, let me show you a month I haven't written in. There is a teeny tiny dot right there. And then they have a teeny tiny dot at the bottom. And so that can guide you, and it's on both sides. That's why it's called Flex, I believe why they named it, because you can divide it and it's flexible. You can make it what you need. These 2 boxes could be work and home. They could be school and home. Your to-dos for 2 different things. I've seen that happen. Or if you just want to divide your day into 2 different lists, or if you want to have a to-do on one side and your appointments on the other because you use your boxes for something else. So there's just really a lot of options. Okay, right now I'm using this planner for a food and fitness tracker. I'm not super diligent about it. It's not something I always keep track of in my life, but it actually works really well in this layout. I do not, this is just a normal planning page though. I do not want to show you one of my food and fitness tracking pages though, because I have my weight written on those pages too, and I don't want to show those pages, but I will tell you how I do it. I do my workout for the day here, and I have like a shorthand way, so I'm not writing a whole lot. I do a symbol for how just my eating was overall for the day, so I can just glance and see, like, I have 3 symbols. So was it an X? That was like a bad day, I ate bad. Was it a check? Like just normal average, you know, I mean, I ate some treats, but I was fine. It was average. Or is it a, what did I put for a good day? Did I do a smiley face? I can't remember now. Anyway, like a smiley face for a good day. And then if I wanted to put my calorie total, it would go like in the bottom box, but I honestly am not that good at keeping track of that. I would scribble down the foods that I ate during the day, and if I wanted to keep track of calories, put those there and add it up throughout the day, and then the total would go here. So this actually works really well for me as a food and fitness tracker if you want to keep track of that. And your habit trackers would go along with that so well if you were keeping track of food and fitness and like your goals for the month. So I actually think the Inkwell Flex Planner would make an amazing fitness food tracking planner, because I've been using it and it's been working really well for that for me. Even though I'm not someone who always keeps track of that. I've never actually done it for an extended period in my life. But since I have this planner and I wasn't using it for daily planning anymore, I wanted to try it out, and it works really well for that. Okay, so I ended up switching from this planner after about 3 months, I think, to Passion Planner. My main reason for switching to Passion Planner was the more space. I was intrigued and I wanted to try it. So Passion Planner number 1 comes in 2 sizes. This is their bigger 8.5 by 11. So it's bigger than your typical 7 by 9 planner, which is most of your coil bound planners are 7 by 9. So you can tell on the page space here. This is your typical 7 by 9 planner. And then you have your 8.5 by 11. So I was intrigued with having more room. And what also drew me to it was having a big space for to-do lists every week, because I thought, well, maybe I won't keep those in a separate notebook then. Like I mentioned that I was doing, maybe I won't have my weekly to-do list notebook. Maybe I just will be able to fit it all in here in one spot. So I used this from May to almost the end of September. So that's almost 5 months. I really loved my Passion Planner. I love so much about it. For the price, their paper can't be beat for the price. Their planner for the price, in my opinion, can't be beat. I got the undated planner because I was starting, at a weird time of year, and the undated appealed to me because I didn't want to waste any months. I liked how I could assign my months a color and carry that over from the monthly to the weekly, and I carried over that color, and that way at a quick glance, I knew which month I was in and I could find it easily. In the undated, all your months are up front, right in a row, and then your weeks are all back here. The months are not interspersed in the weeks in the undated. In their dated, the months are interspersed in the week. Like I said, there's a lot of choices with Passion Planner, like there's Sunday starts, Monday starts. So if you're interested, go to their website and check it out. And also I have full review videos going over all that. Also, you can print a free PDF of their planner. Also, that's on their website, how to do that, if you want to try it out before you buy it. And that is a really awesome thing about this company. I did that first. I really like that they allow you to do that. Any company that allows you to print a free PDF of their planner pages to try out before you buy is just amazing in my book. A big perk right there. So you have monthly to-do lists. You also have a big blank space down here, which says break it down, create a mind map of this month's game changer. That's all about their goal setting stuff, which is also in my full review videos. But I assigned each month a color, and as you can see, I would carry it over into the weeks. And I really liked that all the months were in a row up front. Like I said, if I don't have a tabbed planner to be able to find my months easily, I actually like them all being in a row up here. Okay, so the undated is a Sunday start on your week. And that's something I had to get used to. I always want a Sunday start on my calendar, but usually your weekly planner gives you a Monday start on your week, even when you have a Sunday start on your monthly calendar. So that's something I had to get used to. But I actually got used to it, and it's okay. I still prefer a Monday start here, and that's just for a weird reason, because I like to see my Sunday. Because at church, I have stuff that I'm assigned to do every Sunday. I work with the kids at our church from age 3 to 12. And so I like to be able to see during my week what I need to be working on for Sunday. And when Sunday's not here, I keep having to flip to my next week to see like what I'm doing that Sunday. So really for me, it works better if I have a Monday start because of that, only that one reason. But, okay, Passion Planner has habit trackers you can print out on their site. I cut them down smaller because I didn't need as much room, as many spaces as they gave me on the habit trackers. That worked great. Tracking weekly instead of monthly was fine with me. I do actually like seeing the whole monthly overview, like in Inkwell, better, but tracking weekly is fine. And Passion Planner actually has a lot of printables, and they're always coming out with new ones that you can supplement and use with your planner. So that's really awesome. That's on their website too. You have over here, good things that happened this week and this week's focus. I liked those boxes. The quotes are just an added extra. I can take them or leave them. Sometimes they're really motivating, but sometimes I don't even read them. So I guess it depends on the week. What else do I love? I would stick my weather up here. Oh yeah, let me run through how I was planning in here. Sorry, you guys, I got way off on a tangent there. I'm running too much about the planner, which I said I wasn't going to do. Sorry. Okay, so how I planned in here, when I first started planning, I decided I was going to try to use the time slots, even though I had never used a time slot planner before. And I knew many people didn't use the times in Passion Planner and they ignored them, but I thought at first I would try it. So I would put my timed events in and I would highlight them or color them in to make them stand out. And then the rest of my to-dos would go in between them. So my timed events would be colored or standing out, and they would be at the right time of day. After doing that for maybe a month, I decided that just really wasn't working for me because I still had to like look down in between all my to-dos and find my timed events. And for me, I just need to see my timed events right off at the top. I started writing if I just had one timed event for the day up in the day's focus, but then many days there would be more than one timed event and it had to kind of continue down. And so I just wasn't loving how my to-dos were interspersed in between the timed events. So what I started doing, where did I start that? I started drawing a line. And at first I started at 9 o'clock, but I think I ended up going to 10 o'clock back here. Later in it, I started drawing a line and I completely ignored the times and I put all of my timed events or errands that I had to do that day. So basically anything that would have gone in the Inkwell Press 3 little boxes, any non-negotiable errands that day or any timed appointments or events, I put up here above the line. So I just drew a line in. It was easy to draw that because you have a line guide. And I just went by the 9 o'clock time. And that way, every day I could just look and be like, okay, that's what I have to do today, non-negotiable. And then the rest of my to-dos would just get listed, scribbled down here. And since I had a daily planner, though, you know, many times things that weren't planned ahead to do that day, or if they were down in my to-do list and then they got put in my daily planner list, then they wouldn't go up here. So that's why not a lot is filled in, even though all my days are filled with way too many to-dos, more than I can get done in the day, because the to-dos would stay here for the week. And then, you know, they would never get put up here. Sometimes they would just go straight to the daily planner page, because those are things that I didn't know which day they were going to get accomplished on, but hopefully they were going to get done sometime that week. So that's how I ended up planning in the Passion Planner. I ended up liking it best when I ignored the times and when I drew my line and my appointments and non-negotiable errands for the day went up here and all my other to-dos went under it. So that's how I ended up liking it the best. I love a lot about Passion Planner. I still love it. And all these planners I've used this year, Inkwell Press, Passion Planner, and Erin Condren, I still love them all. There's nothing I don't love in any of them. I could go back to using any of them and be happy. They all function really well. And Passion Planner has 100 GSM paper, which I never had any problem with, but they've even upped their paper game for 2018. I think they have gone up to 120. So I never even had a problem with this paper, but now it's going to be even better. All right. So also one fun thing is that they sell the undated or dated planners. On the undated, you can use double weeks. So you could come in here, and I've heard some people say, I double date a week. So they date it the same 2 weeks in a row, and they use 1 week for like home planning or work or whatever, and then the next week for the opposite, the next week for the home planning. Or they use 1 week for just their planning, and then the next week is numbered the same, but it's used for their fitness or food tracking. And so they just have it all in one planner. They don't have to carry 2 planners, but they get a whole week for each thing that they need, and they're not squished into a space. I also love how wide the columns are. It's the most room of any planner I've used since it's 8.5 by 11. I love that there's no coil to work around. I love that. I love all the room for to-do lists on your page, and just all the little things, how they label top priority, errands. They have a lot of details going to this, and more details about this planner are in my Passion Planner full review videos. But that is how I planned in Passion Planner. And it's a really good book that's held up. It's a bound book. You get a rope and a pocket back here, an accordion pocket. So, okay, I probably went way too into detail on that book than I needed to. Lastly, I started planning at the very end of September. So I left Passion Planner and went to Erin Condren, which I know seems like a weird switch, but I was just ready for something fun. I've never used Erin Condren for planning. I started using Erin Condren this year, her horizontal for photo journaling, and I have videos on that where I use my zip Polaroid printer. So I was using her horizontal for photo journaling. I was really happy with the paper quality and lots of things about it. So I wanted to try planning in her vertical. Also, being able to change covers is something I didn't think that I would do or think was really fun, but it actually is really fun to change covers for seasons. So I really like that too. How do I plan in the Erin Condren? Okay, I'm not going to go through the details of the Erin Condren because, like I said, I have other videos on that. I'm going to go into how I plan in the Erin Condren. I have her vertical neutral right here. And what I did was take the top box for my go-tos or appointments, or non-negotiable errands for the day. So my top box became that, and then the rest of my to-dos just flow in the last 2 boxes in no particular order. I use this little section down here for my gym, and then I use this for just kind of weekly to-dos that I really hope get done that week, or things I need to remember to keep on my mind that week. I was putting the weather up here at the very top, but then let's see where I figured out. I'll just say, because I showed you the Inkwell Press in between monthly pages, I don't love the goal setting in between monthly pages as much in Erin Condren as Inkwell. This is your in between monthly pages for goal setting for Erin Condren. I don't love them as much as the Inkwell, but I love so much about Erin Condren. Okay, so I started putting the weather, here I was, down here, instead just on the top line, and then my gem would go after it and there was still plenty of room, and I love having that. I love having the weather there on the top line instead of like squeezed in up here and making the top look more jumbled. So I've used the Erin Condren holiday sticker book to decorate some. I've used her stickers that came with her planner to put, you know, appointments in here, and also for the monthly appointments. I've used some of those stickers. Let's go back here. So I actually love that. I love the planner stickers that came with the planner. I love her holiday sticker book. And I have really enjoyed my time so far planning. It's only been a little over a month in my Erin Condren, but I have really enjoyed my time in it. Then I started putting my weather in a different color down here so it would stand out more. But I still pick my 1 or 2 colors for that month to make stuff stand out, and I stick with only black pen plus that 1 or 2 colors for the month to make it stand out. So that's how I'm utilizing the Erin Condren boxes, and it's working great for me. The, you know, to-dos and appointments up there. And I am still utilizing a little notebook for just kind of my ongoing big weekly stuff list. And I am using Inkwell daily planner right now. I have videos on that for my daily to-do list in conjunction with this. So I hope that that has not been too confusing, you guys. Sometimes I feel like I don't fully explain and I skip over a lot of stuff just assuming that you have watched many of my other videos when I know that may not be the case. So please forgive me if it has seemed like that. Let me know so I can do a better job next time. I try to make each video where if you are new to my channel, you will understand still what I'm talking about without having to have seen any of my other videos, but I know that's not always the case. All right, guys, so that sums up how I have used my 3 weekly planners for 2017, Erin Condren, Passion Planner, and Inkwell Press. Down below, I do have discount referral links for if it's your first order from Erin Condren or Inkwell Press, you can get $10 off. There's a link down in my description box. And if you buy a Passion Planner, I would love for you to put my email in the referral box. That's down in the description box too. amandasfavorites@whitleyspace.com. Thanks for watching today, guys. I have thoroughly enjoyed this year with you. I cannot believe 2017 is coming to a close. I started this channel in March of 2017, and I really just had no idea what would come of it. And I have fully enjoyed it so much more than I ever imagined, and it has turned into more than I ever thought it would. And that's all thanks to you guys who come by and chat with me and talk with me about planning and give suggestions on planners you want to see reviewed. And I just, I love what this little community has become. And I thank each and every one of you for coming by and supporting me and watching and chatting. All right, guys, thanks so much. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.